Hey guys, Dustin with Top Deck here, and today I'm going to be bringing you the Eldlich deck profile. Now, this is going to be the pure variant, so I will be getting to the Invoke variant as well too. I'll try to have that inside the week, but this one is just, it's an amazing deck, and it's arguably the best deck in the format right now, right next to Adamantipator's. But this deck can just outgrind any other deck out there. The recursion this deck has is just unbelievable. And Eldritch himself is just, he's a big body, he's got a great effect, and it's ridiculous. And people are arguing that this is, True Draco 2.0. I gotta say I like this better. It's just really, it's fantastic. It's such a great deck. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this deck profile, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you do like this content. I've been trying to get out as much as possible for you guys, so let me know what you guys think. So getting into it, obviously going to be playing through the big boy himself, Eldlich. Now this guy, he's ridiculous. He's got 2,500 attack, 2,800 defense. He's a light zombie, so you can pitch him from your hand with another spell or trap to just send one card to the graveyard, which is really nice. It's non-targeting. And then you can also send another spell or trap to the graveyard to add them back to your hand, and then you can special summon any zombie monster from your hand, including himself. So it just gets him right back on the field. This guy's, he's awesome. You must play him at 3. I've seen other decks try to do it, at 2. And I think you need 3 in there. I mean, the deck is playable at 2, but if you want it as consistent as possible, then you want to be playing 3, just in case you're starting to get called by the grave or DD crowed. Those cards are a big problem for this deck, because this deck solely revolves around having him on the field, along with his, all the other spell and traps. So you've got to have him on the field. So maximizing him out to 3 is, in my opinion, a must. Now getting into some of the other monsters that I chose to run here, since we do not commit a normal summon, I play Sphere Mode. Now, I don't play Nibiru. I was thinking about it. I've seen other variants play Nibiru, which I understand, but the other top contender out there is Adamantipator, and they can play through Nibiru. Now this one, since you don't rely on your normal summon if you're going second, I mean, this is just a huge blowout, honestly, in my opinion. So I choose to play him over Nibiru. Now you can sub this out for any hand traps that you want. I did not clog this deck down with hand traps. I tried to make them just kind of blowout cards that really helped. And if I know I'm going against a deck that maybe this wouldn't fit too well against, then I would side it out. But I think this is just a huge blowout card. Like, obviously for the mirror match, I would definitely take this out. So, but I do play the 2 Sphere Mode just because we don't commit to a normal summon. So now onto the little more expensive. I do play the Magician's Soul just because it works so well in this deck. For some draw power, get the body on the board. And send in spell and traps to the graveyard is just huge in this deck, so it's really great. I do recommend playing this card. I know it's expensive, and but if it fits your budget, I would definitely consider running this. And then obviously for the one target, I choose to play Apprentice Illusion Magician. I just think she's great. She's not necessarily a brick in the hand if you do draw her. I mean, you can discard any card and special summon her, so she at least has a discard effect. So, you know what I mean? She's real nice to go along with it. So, and then also with the normal summons there, I play 1 blue boy because I play the spellbook engine. I don't play Extravagance. So this is a little bit more budget for you guys out there than trying to run, 3 Magician Souls and 3 Extravagance to draw through the deck as much as possible. I just chose to run 1, and I like the Magician Soul package better, and I happen to have it, so I run one of him and then one of each of the the spell books there. So just for some draw power, and like I said, with the sphere mode, since we don't commit to a normal summon, he's nice to have there. So, but that is it for the monster lineup. Like I said, I don't clog this down with a lot of hand traps here. So, going into the spells on this. As far as the engine goes, we're playing 3 of the Cursed Outland. This card, you must run it at 3. No ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, it searches, it searches all your stuff. And then when it's sent from the field to the grave, you can, you get another search off that too as well. So that's really nice. You must play this at 3. Now getting into the elixirs, I play 3 black. This special summons from deck or hand. Now, if you don't have an Eldlich monster on the field, you have to summon an Eldlich monster, or if you do, then you can just special summon any zombie monster. And this is the one that's from hand or deck. So this is the one that we want to be seeing more of. So I played 3 of those, and then onto the white I only play 1 of, because this one is from hand or graveyard. I did think about bumping this up to 2 for the long game, but I just think I've got enough recursion going on in the deck, so I don't think it's needed. If you do, I may bump it up to 2, but it's nice. I like it because it is quick play, though. That is nice. And it's got the same effects, and it has the banishing effects too. I'm sorry, I didn't get into that too. So the opposites can banish and then search the opposite, like the elixirs can search the gold lands, and then vice versa if you banish them at the end turn. So that's real nice. I would at least play 1 in there. So now I choose to play 1 Foolish Burial and then 1 Foolish Burial Goods. Just in the case for this one, if I need to throw Eldlich in the graveyard, because I've got no other way to get to him, because that's huge. The deck must pump him out. It's mandatory for all your traps and everything to be going off. So, and then this can just send any of your your elixirs or any of your traps straight to the graveyard. So it's nice to have. I play him when I at first I was gonna maximize this card here, but I just didn't have the room to do it. I understand why some people are doing it, and it makes sense. So I just couldn't fit it into mine right now. And for the last 2 spells, I'm playing the spellbook engine there. So just to have some more draw power through the deck. So ultimately, we're playing about 6 cards that we'll search through the deck. So I think that's a pretty solid search engine, to be honest. So, especially when we're running just a clean 40 card deck too. So now, like I said, that is it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps, which is pretty heavy. So we are playing 3 of the best one in the deck, Sanguine. So this is the elixir. This summons the big boy right out from the deck, and then end phase you can banish and set an elixir. So this is arguably the best one. Trap wise, this is what you want to see. So definitely maximizing out on those. Next one, we do play at 3. Conquistador. This one, these are all the monsters, that you summon out. This one is, the level 5, and he can just send a card right from the, field to the graveyard. So this is nice spot removal. And, like I said, these all have that banishing effect, if you don't use the effect on field. So definitely playing 3 of those. And then I also play 3 Aquero, which this guy is just ultimately like the the kind of DD Crow, you can just banish a card in either graveyard. So and he's another level 5 zombie monster. So I'm sure you guys have seen people now that's because of these guys, people are playing Pallades in the extra deck, because the extra deck isn't really, it's not mandatory at all, but there's a couple key cards that can come in handy from using the level 5s. Now to wrap them up, I do play Guardian at 1. A for just another target, and I know this one won't come up as much. I understand that, but like it's situational, and you know, just in case I'm playing it at 1 and it's searchable, so you know, if I need it, if I need it, I have it in here, you know, and I can side it out. So that's why I keep the 1 up. So, and then to wrap it up, for you know the traps as far as like the Golden Land stuff, I played 2 of the Omni Negates here. Arguably I played this at 2 just because I have a better chance of maybe opening it up, because I didn't have room to play Solemn Judgment in here, which I think is important to have in the deck, is having an Omni Negate down just for the blowout cards, you know. Mostly evenly matched, because that can really destroy your board. You know, I'm not too worried about like Lightning Storm and stuff like that, because you know you can chain a lot of your cards and still get your effects off. But if you get all your stuff banished, that's tough, you know. And I've got ways to fight all the you know, the other blowout cards, you know, except like evenly matched. So that's why I played this at 2. I think I still may mess around with some things to try to get, you know, a set of 2 or 3 even. The Solemn Judgment's there, but that's the Omni Negate. The only thing that's a downside of that is you got to tribute a zombie for it, so that's, you know, that's not ideal, getting rid of your Golden Boy. But you know, for an Omni Negate, you better make it worth it, you know what I mean? But at least it's searchable, and like I said, I play it too to hopefully, you know, see it more if possible. Now, so moving on to some of the other ones, I do play 2 Infinite Impermanence. I really like this card. You know, this can shut down a lot of people if you're shutting down their, you know, their starters and stuff like that. So that's really nice. I like Impermanence, so play 2 of those. Now for just kind of like the, you know, the floodgate, sorry, can't talk. The floodgate problem cards that you just put out for your opponent. A summon limit, it just real nice. This is, you know what I mean, I play cards like these just to kind of keep a focus off your other back row, you know, for them to get rid of this stuff, because obviously most decks are going to be wanting to summon more than once, or I'm sorry, twice. So, you know, obviously this is a card that you would probably side out, you know, for the mirror match. So, but for most decks wanting to come up like Adamantipator, you know, they're going to have to get rid of this and waste resources to get rid of this. So I play that at 2. Now I too play, so for some of the 1-ups, I play 1 Imperial Order, you know, just to prevent, you know, Lightning Storm or anything trying to destroy your back row or anything like that, you know, and then you can just get rid of it on your turn, send it, you know, so it's real no problem. So this is a nice one to have. And then following that same idea, I play I play 1 Anti-Spell. You know, I know this kind of goes against some of our spells, but like, you can set this at turn 1, you know, after playing your stuff. So this is really just to cause problem on your opponent's turn, really. So, you know, and like I said, you can send this after, you know, you pretty much have used it through your opponent's turn. And then for the last of the traps here, guys, I play 1 Skill Drain. I mean, this thing just shuts down. It shuts down a lot of decks, you know, and having Golden Boy such a, you know, he's a big attack, so it's really useful in your deck. So that's play the 1 up there. So that's it for the main deck, guys. It's a clean 40. We'll go briefly into this extra deck. So I'm going to point out the main cards that you want to at least have in your extra deck. And like I said, I'm not playing Extravagance. If you're playing the Extravagance build, you know, I'll let you know which ones you should probably be playing 3 of. So running through time, I just throw 2 Gustav Max in there. And, you know, this is to burn them for the 2000. And then, obviously, to, you know, OTK going right into Libre. Like I said, if you're playing the Extravagance build, play him at 3. Him maybe at 2. This card's a little bit expensive, so I probably would be running 2 in here, but like I said, I just, the extra deck I'm not too concerned about. I did some of the main ones I have in here But those are the main ones that you want in there. Also, following up on that is Pallades. I would play him maybe even at 2, and definitely 3 if you're running Extravagance. He's the one that you can go into off of your trap monsters there, you know. So, except for Guardian, because Guardian's a level 8. So, now I'm just going to go into some generic links that you can play. As far as like link 1s, you know, you can go in, you know, have Anima and Link Karibo, you know, just to, if you need to just, you know, get something off your board. So, really, they're all right in there. And then for some Link 2s, I play Union Carrier, you know, if you go into him, you know, you can maybe pull out a card to your deck, you know, to attach and then link off somewheres and to get it into the graveyard. And then just for some back row removal, we'll play Phoenix. And then following up that, we would play Unicorn, just to shuffle back something, you know, if it comes up. Vampire Sucker. This is one I see people run at 2 or even 3 in the Extravagance builds, you know, because she comes up. I mean, you get the draw power, which is kind of nice. So, you know, I would definitely play her in your extra deck for sure. And then I throw a Savior in there. I mean, like I said, a lot of the stuff won't even come up, but I mean, you are able to go into him, you know, and send one zombie from your deck to graveyard. So he's not bad. I would at least keep him in there, especially if you're not playing the Extravagance. So, and then the last, I just throw him in there because he's a really decent Link 3, and honestly, he's good in control decks in my opinion. So, you know, but that'll wrap it up, guys. That's what I've got here. I may work into the Extravagance build, honestly. You know, because then you can just kind of simplify this extra deck. So I just haven't gotten there, honestly. So, but let me know what you guys think. I will be getting up the Shadow Invoke Part 2. I like that one. It's really nice. So I'll have that up inside the week. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys are putting your Eldlich decks together. You know, like I said, I thought it was important in having, you know, some kind of Omni Negate, you know, just because it evenly matches such a blowout to this deck. But, you know, I really like it, you know. So let me know what you guys think. You know, please like, comment, subscribe if you do like the content, because I'm going to be putting out some more deck profiles here soon. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.